14 to 19-year-olds, which we actually founded last year. So I'm a founding member of that club. And another big project that the club is supporting is a water project for Burkina Faso. But the club is not only supporting projects all over the world, they also try to help local families. So they help several families in Vorarlberg with financial problems. And now I want to tell you a little bit about my flight. So I started in Munich on the 2nd of August. So that's a picture of me and my family on the international airport of Munich. So I have one older sister and two older brothers, but my brothers are actually not in that picture. But my parents are on the picture, and my sister, and also my aunt who lives in Munich, so she was on the airport as well. Next stop was London, where I met a lot of other Rotary exchange students from Austria who went to New Zealand or Australia. And then we flew further to Dubai, Sydney, and finally I arrived in Wellington after, I think, 26 hours. So, and a host family picked me up. So I want to also show you a few of my impressions of the things that I've already done since I'm here in New Zealand. So that's, for example, is the All Blacks game. That was New Zealand versus South Africa. And it was quite a new experience for me because I've never been to such a big stadium with such a huge amount of people. So that was quite impressive. That's me playing football for the North Wellington football team. That was at Ohakia Air Force Base, where I went with my host family a few months ago. That's me and other exchange students from our district at a Rotary orientation weekend, which was at the beginning of my exchange, and that was when I met them first. So since that was the first time that I met them, and we have done a few other things together. That's me making Wiener Schnitzel, which is a very traditional Austrian food. So the food is another thing that is quite different for me from Austria to New Zealand, because in Austria we have our main meal at lunchtime, while here in New Zealand it's obviously dinner. So I try to cook Austrian meals so that I can feel a little bit like home, but it wasn't really that good as in Austria, but okay, I think. And that's at Hobbiton. So my host family and I, we did a little bit of a central North Island trip. So, and Hobbiton was one of our stops. And another stop was Mount Ruapehu, where we went skiing for a day. And I have to say, the ski fields in New Zealand are a lot smaller than the ones in Austria, but it was still fun. That's Waitomo Caves. That's me in the school uniform of Wellington College. That was a new thing for me to have to wear a school uniform for school, and yeah, I think the school in New Zealand is generally a little bit more traditional than in Austria. So in Austria we don't have school uniforms, and Austria it's also both boys and girls in the school, and we don't have assemblies and these sorts of things. So I like Wellington College. And that was at the Marae. It was, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So Rotary organized a weekend at the Marae for all the inbound students of our district. It was quite interesting to learn a little bit more about Maori culture. So I want to thank you all, the Rotary Club of Wellington, to give me that opportunity to make such a lot of experiences and that exchange. And I especially want to thank Samuel Stevens, the councillor, and he's also youth committee. And I also want to thank, of course, my 3 host families who make that exchange possible. And yeah, I think I'm quite enjoying New Zealand. So I've done quite a lot of things, and next week, actually this week on Friday, I will start a South Island tour. So I will make a trip around the South Island for 19 days. So looking forward to that, and thank you for your attention.